Well, what's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading and Trading Decoded. Today is Thursday, October 17th. Yeah, just make sure today is October 17th, 2024. And this is how we traded SPY today, folks. And again, you can look right down here. The market just closed a couple of minutes ago, closed about 2.5 minutes ago. And here we are on the mic. We're absolutely on the mic. So we're looking, you guys can already see. And if you were watching the market today, you can see exactly what happened right into open. I mean, look at that play right into open. Again, we got pre-market high, pre-market low. This is pre-market support. I'm going to look at that. We can look at that 30-minute again real quick right in here, right at that level. We can use that as a midline too, 584.63. But look at what this thing did, first thing out of the bag. It happened, in my opinion, about 4 or 5 minutes too early, maybe 10 minutes too early to get that fresh cross, but there were spots to take this trade on, folks. We had, continuation play, boom, 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 and then it closed below 585.05. Now, let's look and see what we have at that level. So 585.05, 585.05. Look at down here, folks, below 585.40 or so. It's actually 37. It just started to just really cruise down here again. I hate scrunching it up like that, but once we got below that 37, it just went and it went and it went. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful play back to the downside. I wasn't in this play. And again, could have taken it, that breach of 38 to the downside on that candle right there. But again, it wasn't a fresh cross, folks. I don't like to take those first plays out of the bag unless it's a fresh cross. Sometimes, it just happens where you get a really, really nice dump right at the beginning of the day. And I missed it. I just absolutely missed it. I missed a couple of plays today that, looking back, you look at it and go, it would have been nice to be in those. Okay, so I didn't take anything to the upside, again, because we had this level right here. We couldn't breach VWAP back to the upside. I did take this double cross to the downside. It was kind of a big candle. And I wrote about that in my, so we got 55 through 95. You got about a 40-cent candle here, folks, 40-cent candle. I have a stop, though. I mean, I did take a mid-candle position on this play right in here. Turned out to be a really, really nice play to the downside. It was a double cross to the downside, but I saw it setting up. Again, we did have thin volume below that level also, and was looking at pre-market low for my target. So a decent target down there. You got about a 75-cent target, somewhere right around in there. Double cross to the downside, took it midway through that candle, only because of volume. Volume was really, really picking up. I don't normally take a mid-candle position like that, but I did. Every now and again I will, but I did on that one. Pushed down, tested the 9, pushed back down. Now, at this point, I thought we were going to be able to get something, back to the downside again, or through pre-market low and go take out this gap. But as you will see, it did not take out this gap. Turned around, went the other way. So I said, you know what? Let's see if we can take this back to the downside on the next play. Fully expecting to punch through, pick up a few more sellers, punch through, and then go take out this gap. And guess what? It didn't do it on this run either. So I closed out for just marginal profit right in here, folks. But look at this. It just ran down, and it got so close to that area again. But guess what? It didn't work. Now look at this play right here. Again, look at this really, really nice setup down here. This is an inverse head and shoulders, folks, that I would have taken this 100 times out of 100 times, but the reason I didn't take it, we closed below, inverse head and shoulders, shoulder line, head, double cross to the upside. The reason I didn't, I was actually on the phone. I was on the phone, and I missed it. I missed it to the upside, and I had a good friend of mine sitting next to me. He's kind of motioning, hey, look at that. I don't know if he took it or not. Actually, I don't think he didn't take it. Next trade to the upside, though. Look at this, a really, really nice setup. Not as big, just from a dollar and cents standpoint. But again, double cross to the upside, directly above the VWAP. Now, I don't remember where the POC was right around in here. But again, push through. So we got that push through this pre-market support. And again, that's a 30-minute zone. It's a 30-minute zone that we developed or established in pre-market right over there. Push through that level. At that point, I was thinking, okay, if we can keep on pushing up, this is going to be a monster play back to the upside. Go check out that pre-market high. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. Again, now after this right here, look what we did, folks. And again, you're seeing this right here. So for about 2 hours, we stayed in a 40, other than this inverse head and shoulders over here, we stayed in about a 40-cent range. 40-cent range. Now, you're thinking, okay, why didn't you take any of these crosses in here? Well, number one, I didn't trust these crosses in here for some reason. For whatever reason, it was getting to be, a couple hours, 3 hours into the trading day. At this point, it was like, you know what, just take my hands off and wait for something to set up. But look at this play right over here. Now, this cross over here, 1402, 1402, so happened right after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at this. I actually saw this kind of setting up. I saw the volume on this candle, but I was a little bit too slow to get into it to execute. I was like, guys, we got volume picking up. What I normally do is I normally look at the clock right down in here, although I'm looking at my other screen the vast majority of the time, and I didn't look at the clock. I saw the volume pouring in, and bottom line, I just missed this thing. Again, I saw the setup and I saw the volume was what would have gotten me into the play, folks. Other than that, it was like, no, because we tested VWAP and we had VWAP and POC sitting right on top of each other for a couple hours. So we found market equilibrium at that point. But once we got that cross down below that level, and again, with that volume kicking in, it was just a really, really nice run back to the downside. Now, I was able to catch a little bit of this back to the downside. I didn't feel comfortable taking anything in the middle here, but I waited until we crossed that pre-market low line. That way I could establish my stop loss as a breach in the other direction above. Really kind of thought this time we were finally going to go take out that gap. And I talk about the gap a lot, but we just didn't. I mean, it was bounced around, got 3 or 4 cents, 3 or 4 cents, 3 or 4 cents. And guess what it did at the end of the day, folks? We finally went and got the gap. We got the gap at 1550, folks. So at 350, we finally got the gap. Now, if we look at it from a 5-minute standpoint, you can see that the 5-minute POC, which is going to be the POC for yesterday and today, was right here. So we tagged that repeatedly, multiple times throughout the day. But that wasn't what I was looking for. I was looking for that gap. And again, we finally got that at 350. Now the question is, well, on 350, you got a nice red candle. Well, you do have a nice little red candle, but it's number one, it's not a fresh cross. I'm looking for a fresh cross or a major level. Now, had this candle closed below that gap, then you could have made the case that we were going to continue pushing down. But when you have that tail or a wick on the bottom of the stick, like we have on the bottom of that stick, that's kind of a hands-off. That's a hands-off thing, folks. And just if you're going to play that late in the day, so the 350 or the 350 candle, make sure that that your edge presents itself before you put on the play. 3 out of 5 days, those plays are really, really good. 2 out of 5, they're not. So you could play it every day. You're going to make money 40% of the time, or make money 60% of the time, lose money about 40% of the time. It all just depends on how much. But if your edge is there, put it on. My edge was not. I didn't get a fresh cross. I didn't have a major level that I breached and held above or below, so I'm not playing that. But again, look at all these really, really nice moves. So we had this move to the downside, a little move to the downside, and then a decent move to the downside over here. Again, if you look at it throughout the day, there were good moves. So particularly this move in here, you can count the moves. And again, for a 2-hour period, it didn't do a whole lot. But the moves were really, really nice today. Had some really, really decent moves. Move off the top. That first move out of the gate this morning, a very, very clean move. And you look back on it and think, why wasn't I in it? Well, I just had to be disciplined today, folks. I had to be disciplined and say to myself, you know what? Whatever it does, it didn't hit your specific edge. So remember, folks, there are 2 types of fame, 2 types of pain. There's the pain of regret or the pain of discipline. So choose your pain wisely. I choose to maintain my discipline, folks. I wanted to take it. I saw it setting up, but I just couldn't do it, folks. I just couldn't do it. Even though we breached, just couldn't do it today, folks. It was just one of those days. But that's how she played out today. Overall, Let me go ahead and hide this stuff in here. Overall, it's a really, really nice day. Again, you can see all these setups without these lines. And again, go over to volume profile. And again, that's going to show you where your volume was traded during the trading day. 5-minute, this gives us where the volume was traded today and yesterday with that 5-minute POC right there at about 582.43. So over the last 2 days, most of the volume has been traded right here, pretty close to where we closed today, folks. So, kind of a cool thing, kind of a really, really cool thing. But anyway, that's how she played out today, folks. Again, multiple plays. Again, folks, there were really, really nice setups today. Very, very nice setups today. As a matter of fact, still kind of going on right now. Again, that's how she played out today. So, yeah, it was a good day. Now, if you enjoy our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is multiple times a week. And then sometimes on the weekend. Sometimes on the weekend we do trading psychology or about the 920 strategy itself. Got a big one coming out in the next week or so. And that is going to be on volume profile, how we use it, why you should use it, why you should put that in your arsenal, the benefits of using it. It is a really, really nice tool. But again, yeah. Check it out. Again, leave us a comment. We always appreciate the comments, folks. And don't forget to share it with your friends, neighbors, trading community, and your family, folks. So there's that. Now, if you're interested in live daily trading, where we talk about all of these trades, folks, even the one that I missed this one right in here. We talk about all of these setups. We talked about that first trade setup today, too, folks. Talked about that first trade. I was walking everybody through it. If we do this, then I expect it to do that. If we do that, then I expect it to do this. We talk about these setups all day long, folks. So if you're interested in live daily trading, head on over to our live trading Discord. It's called Trading Decoded. The link for that is down below. Now, we are so convinced that you will see value in this that we are going to give you that first week for free. And if it doesn't work for you, I want you to reach out and tell me why it didn't work for you. So anyway, it only works if you're willing to put in the work, but we will help you get there. Anyway, Trading Decoded, folks. Now, if you are interested in the 920 crossover strategy, where it's essentially it's the crossover strategy, head on over to 920trading.com. It's all there, folks. The entire strategy is there. Now, there are nuances that you will have to learn over time, but the entire straightforward strategy is there. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars, folks. You just don't have to. It's all there if you are just willing to put in a little bit of time. So go over there to check it out, 920trading.com. And again, folks, that's how she played out today. Overall, a very, very nice day in the markets today. I hope everybody had a great day. But you know what, above all else, I hope everybody followed their specific process today. The beauty is in the process, folks. Don't be so married to the result that you forget about the process. Anyway, hope everybody has a great rest of the day. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow's Friday, folks. I don't know if I'm going to have a video tomorrow. Might have one for the weekend. Anyway, have a great rest of the day. And you guys already know, until then, we will see you in the markets.